Welcome to American Medicine Today. I'm Kimberly Bonati alongside Ethan Youker and neurosurgeon Dr. Thomas Nowak. We have an exciting show lined up. Let's get right to it. A Florida tech company has launched a new mobile app which allows us to create the same medical-grade custom shoe inserts as podiatrists would normally prescribe without the need to physically see a doctor. Joining us to discuss is Dr. Anh Nguyen, co-founder of Mediscan, Custom Orthotics. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Certainly. So why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself and kind of explain how this idea for Mediscan came about?
Yeah, so I'm a podiatrist in Tampa, Florida with Healthy Feet Podiatry. We believe in biomechanics and how the foot functions and how that relates to the rest of the body. And during the pandemic, we found that there was a big decrease, obviously, in patients coming in to see us, but we felt like a lot of patients still needed help. And so we wanted to figure out a way to get help to them, say with custom orthotics, by using the technology that lives in our phone already. And so we came up with Mediscan Custom Orthotics because it uses the facial recognition technology. It's able to get really accurate scans, and we use those scans to, in turn, make your custom orthotic.
I'm really interested in just the process of developing an app like this. I mean, I know people who have personally done that, and there's a lot of hurdles to jump to get something like this to market. What was that process like for you at Mediscan?
For sure. So we actually used in our practice, we use a company that makes custom orthotics, and they actually use that technology, but they only are able to make the orthotics itself when a doctor prescribes it or uses it. What we wanted to do is we wanted to create a separate app where there's an interface where a patient and a doctor can communicate and they can send us scans personally themselves from home versus having to come in.
So walk us through that process. If you are a patient in need of orthotics, you download the app, right? What exactly, again, walk us through that process as a patient. What do they have to do?
So they would download the Mediscan Custom Orthotics app. It's on the Apple store. So it's available for anyone who has an iPhone or an iPad. And so once you download the app, then the rest is pretty seamless. So there's instructions on there. And what they would do is they would have a second person scan their foot. And we have instructions on there on how to position your foot and put it in that perfect neutral position that we like, that basically gives you your ideal position when you're in it. And so once you're scanning it, it'll scan both feet, and it gets a perfect 3D view of both their feet. There's certain foot types that we instantly know by just looking at your foot shape and your foot type that we could instantly kind of make adjustments to. And on top of that, within the app itself, there's areas where you can select where you're having pain or issues, and that gives us a pretty good idea of, is there more adjustments or modifications that we need to make to the orthotic itself? And once we get all that information is sent directly right back to us, and we're able to review the scans. We look at where you say you have pain or problems. We look at your pictures, and we take all of that into account to make your perfect orthotic for you. And then from there, the lab makes the insert itself, and that takes usually anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to be made, and it gets delivered right back to your house. So realistically, you could get custom orthotics without ever leaving your home.
We'll have more after the break. You are watching American Medicine Today.
2 neurosurgeons couldn't figure out anything that was wrong with me or what I would need surgery for. Dr. Bonati, without even seeing me, knew I was hurting, knew they could help me. First time I came in here was Monday, and today is Thursday. I've had 2 surgeries and am doing fantastic. I'm still in shock that I can walk. That's all within 4 days.
Visit askbonati.com. Welcome back to American Medicine Today. And how important is that really? And I don't mean this to sound trite, but haven't they come out with a lot of good over-the-counter things like Dr. Scholl's and these little platforms you can stand on, and then you just go up and go, oh, I need A. How does yours differ?
The one thing that really differs is when we scan, we're having you, and we instruct you on doing it, but we have you put your foot in a perfectly neutral position, meaning that's your ideal position. Every single person out there has an ideal position that their foot should be in, and that's where it can function perfectly. Yeah. It's much different than, say, you getting it from Dr. Scholl's or from the store, or even those foot scans, because a lot of those, they have you step on it. And the moment you step on it, you lose that perfect position. And when we're doing our scans, we're doing it with your foot essentially in the air. And so it maintains that position. Two, the orthotic itself will be shaped perfectly to your feet, and they're strong. And so they can withstand our stress and our weight that we put it throughout the day, versus a lot of the over-the-counter ones or the ones you find from the store. A lot of times they tend to be just cushion or gel padding. And so they do provide some shock absorption and support, but it's not what you really need. And I think that positioning is the biggest key.
And so what is the cost? Because I actually, I don't have much of an arch in my feet, and it leads to, as you would know, foot pain, ankle pain, even knee pain. And I went to one of these places, which obviously I won't mention them by name, very expensive. It was like almost $1,000, but I thought, this will be great. It's going to help. My knees are always tired. My feet hurt, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and do this. I don't care that it's almost $1,000 as long as it helps my quality of life. Well, I got them and took them home and put them on. I bet I wore them for less than 3 days. They were painful. You can't take them back, of course, because they say that they're custom made too, which they kind of were. But again, back to you saying I had to step on something, and they look at your imprint and go off of that to make these implants or inserts. And so again, I had a really bad experience with inserts, and I basically just lost $1,000 and don't wear them anymore.
And I'm very familiar with those stores, and we actually have a lot of patients, and that's part of the reason why we came up with this, because we felt like, there are times patients were getting inferior products and inferior quality. And so we wanted to come up with this. What we have is $275 a pair. On average, throughout the country, you're probably looking at anywhere from $300 to $1,000 for custom inserts, even at a doctor's office and not one of those big box stores. But for us, we wanted to provide good quality stuff, but also access to pretty much everyone by keeping that price down. And we were able to do that because essentially we don't have a huge overhead. We kind of essentially are taking out the middleman.
Dr. Nguyen, I looked at the Mediscan website, and they had an application for back pain. And I was wondering if you could shed some light on that and how much it costs just to do the diagnostics. It might be something that you could replace a CT reconstruct with.
As far as the diagnostics, we don't charge anything for our interaction with the patient. It's just for the orthotic itself. But as far as for back pain, a lot of patients will either have flat feet, which throws off your foundation, or some people actually have something that we call a limb length discrepancy, meaning one leg might be a little bit shorter or longer than the other one. And a lot of those patients know exactly how much of a difference they have, and they're able to communicate with us directly within the app. And so they could tell us, and we could add essentially a lift. And by doing that, adding a lift to one orthotic or the other, it can even them out. And by even them out, it evens out your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, and all the way up to your back. And eventually, with that alignment, it will basically make everything work better, including your back.
Is this something that is typically covered by insurance?
Typically, no. And that's the other unfortunate circumstance that we run into in practice is probably, I would say 99% of insurances don't cover them. Every once in a while, you have a unicorn and they cover them, but for the most part, they don't, which is unfortunate. We wanted to just do rock bottom prices and make it about as easy as possible to get. And still getting really good quality medical orthotics.
Well, thank you for making it more readily available to those that need it. Thanks for being on the show, Dr. Anh Nguyen, co-founder of Mediscan Custom Orthotics. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take great care. Well, that's all the time we have for this segment. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back after the break. You are watching American Medicine Today.
My name is John Santana. I'm a crane operator. Besides that, I have a little farm, 5 acres.
John first noticed his pain while attending a friend's wedding. Over the years, his pain continued to worsen to the point that he couldn't work or perform chores around his farm.
My pain started probably about 8 years ago, and we were actually going to a wedding in Las Vegas, and I couldn't walk down the streets. You know, my sciatica in my left rear was hurting, and it was hard to walk around and all that. This last 2 years, it kept going worse, where I had a numbing sensation down my left leg, you know, and extreme pain. The pain kind of went away a little bit, but it was still, my whole leg's numb. All the years of hard work has kind of destroyed some of my lower back. If I go out and I fertilize the grass, my wife has to spell me halfway through it because my calves are burning so bad and I can't walk anymore. My back does go out like 2 or 3 times every year, you know, where I can't walk and bend over too much for like 3 weeks, and then it just kind of goes away.
John tried conservative treatments at home, but when they didn't eliminate his pain, he went to his local doctor for help.
Try to ice it, you know, and stretching. It makes it always better when you're stretching. And so I had my doctor that set me up for an MRI back at home, and then that's where the diagnosis was spinal stenosis. Talked to surgeons. I went to like 2 or 3 of them and dropped it off. But in the medical industry, it's so screwed up where you have to have somebody request and do this and all this red tape, and takes you forever to go even get an appointment, or they forget about it, or it's on somebody's desk, and you know, it just kicks the can down the road, you know, because the way the system really is terrible in the medical industry. I'd hate to see it a government funded. It'd be really bad then.
John initially heard about the Bonati Spine Institute on TV. Curious, he contacted Bonati to learn more about the exclusive Bonati Spine Procedures.
Then I reached out. Actually, there's another gentleman that lives in Oregon that had the procedure done, and he's doing very fine now.
After speaking to Dr. Bonati on the phone, he made an appointment and booked his flight from Oregon to Hudson, Florida.
So I did talk to Bonati, and I think the very, very first time. And then, you know, Dr. Wolf was my surgeon, and he reached out to me and before the surgery to go through the process, because I'm kind of a detailed guy. When I arrived down here, got me right in, and we took care of business, and everybody guided me and helped me.
The targeted Bonati Spine procedures are performed incrementally and on an outpatient basis while utilizing conscious IV sedation. This allows the patient to remain awake and communicating with their surgeon to ensure the source of their pain is eliminated before they leave the operating table.
Like after the second surgery, there was less numbing going down my leg. They were communicating with me. Everything went really well. I was very pleased, and as soon as I got out of surgery, I was already kind of awake, you know, to go into the waiting room there, recovery room, and, you know, then that was, my day was done. You know, they did have me walk and make sure I was stable and gave me some apple juice and a cookie, you know, because I was really hungry.
How's the pain on a scale of 0 to 10?
Good. 0.
Excellent.
Yeah, my experience so far, I feel, has been a success. I would recommend this procedure because, you know, the process is, you know, very sensible and smart. They recommend, you know, walk every day and, you know, 40 minutes a day. And my advice for somebody, if they do have a spinal stenosis, is probably check all your options. Don't go with your local doctor and all that, because usually they want to harm you and they don't really care. And then they see you back in 8 years. So I always try the least invasive procedure where, you know, I don't do extra harm to my body or harm for the future. And this system seems really quite wonderful on being able to give people the relief that they need if it's just, you know, cleaning around some nerves and all that and relocate certain things. So my doctor said I will have a good recovery.
Here I go, leaving Tampa.
To see more stories of recovery just like this, search for the Bonati Spine Institute on YouTube, Rumble, Apple's App Store, Google's Play Store, Roku, and Amazon's Fire TV. Well, that's all the time we had for this edition of American Medicine Today. You can download our app, search American Medicine Today, and add us to your favorite channel streaming lineup. If you have any comments or questions, contact us at the numbers below. Or you can tweet at Dr. Bonati using the hashtag American Medicine Today or hashtag AMT. We would like to hear from you.